I am not very happy that when we pass resolutions here, some of the members of this committee, some of the members of the Central Committee, who are policy makers of this party, go out to say exactly the contrary of what we have agreed in committees.
Ogai mar ODM Oburu Oginga oseo jokanyo moko mag ODM mawacho weche mopogore kod winjruok makanyakla mondo mi oti kod chike duond burano. Buch jotend migepe opuodho siling bilion 4.1 mar kedo gi oro mamedo kwako gwenge mapachoka.
We want to play in the role of facilitating them with the infrastructure and providing all the necessary support. But where that support is lacking, we are then willing to step in to provide that infrastructure so that the adoption of electric mobility rises as high as it can be.
Kambi mar Kenya Power olando medo kuonde chajo geche e bombe mamoko mapachoka mar jiwo tiyo gi geche mag sitima. Arwakini machiegni nyinga Milton Ocheng. Jatend piny William Ruto otelo ne chenro machwalo omenda mag nyota ne rowere maromo 2,500 e gwenge mag Garissa. Chenro madhi neno nochwal maromo milion 63 ne rowerego. Rowerego wuok e wards duto 30 e kaunti no kendo yange kaka achiel kuom mise mag sirikand piny owacho kokalo kuom agenda mar bottoms up. Jatend piny oseyo weche ma jalupne machon nowacho e wi sirikande manowacho ni sirikande ojwang'o jodak mag gwenge ma nyandwat ma Kenya, kowacho ni sirikande deu dongruok e Kenya duto.
Nimesikia watu wengine wengi wanajaribu kunipatia mawaidha, sijui rais hangeenda, sijui rais angefanya kazi ingine. Wewe fanya hiyo kazi ingine, mimi nakuja kufanya ya kazi ya hawa vijana.
Wawache kuleta mambo ya siasa kwa mambo ya ukame. Nimesikia wengine wanaongea mambo ya ukame, hawaelewi Northern Kenya, hawaelewi nini naendelea. In December, President Ruto authorized 2.5 billion for the drought response. In January, another 3.5 billion. Yesterday, another 4.1 billion. In total already, we are talking of in excess of 10 billion shillings that this administration has released and will continue releasing on a month-by-month basis until we get into full recovery.
Ogai mar ODM Oburu Oginga oseo jotelo mamoko e kuku mar ODM malando weche mag ODM mopogore kod winjruok margi. Onyiso jogo manigi ng'ure wi weche mag ODM mondo ti kod romo margi maiye mar keto gi e ler mopogore kod golo wechego oko. Nolosi romo mar jotelo mane oromo gode motelo ni romo magala moro madhi timore Mombasa.
I am not very happy that when we pass resolutions here, some of the members of this committee, some of the members of the Central Committee, who are policy makers of this party, go out to say exactly the contrary of what we have agreed in committees. It is okay if other members of our party exercise democratic right to say what they like. But really it is not right for me as a party leader to go out and shout what was not agreed and what is my own personal view, and I go and say that it is my democratic right. If it is your democratic right, then there is chaos in the country. We cannot, democracy does not mean chaos. Democracy must have some discipline. This party is a party like a club. When you join a club, you have to obey the rules of that club. You cannot disobey the rules of the club and you continue to pride yourself that I am the party leader of ODM and yet I contradict everything that ODM is saying officially. If you have anything that you agree with or you disagree with, this is a forum for you as a NEC. Raise those issues here. Let members decide. But once the members have decided, if you are in minority, the minority will have their right to say and the majority will have their way. That is the principle of democracy.
Jotend migepe mopogore opogore koro opuodho omenda maromo siling bilion 4.1 mabiro bedo kasiro e kedo gi oro mokwako moko kuom kauntis ma pacho ka. Ma otimore e kinde romo margi kod jatend piny William Ruto e kar yot mar Ebwore, Nairobi. Jotend migepego bende orango weche mag bajet ma iko omenda 2026 2027 kaka Ifinya Kidi leronwa.
Margi kod jatend piny William Ruto romo mabende nyobagi kar jot jatend piny Buore, Nairobi. Jatend migepe nyopuodho kwan omenda duto maromo silings bilion 4.1. Omenda makamano biro konyo e kedo kod oro ma okwako moko kuom counties ma pachoka, ahinya to mago mayudore nyandwat mar piny Kenya. Ma biro seche matin tok romo mar jalup jatend piny Kithure Kindiki kod komiti marango weche mag oro pachoka, kamano yange ni piny owacho ne chano medo omenda moko ewi silings bilion 10 mane ochiw dwe mar 12 higa mokalo kod dwe mar 1 higani. Kaluwore gi Kindiki, oganda makwan gi romo milion 3.3 osekwa kod midhiero mag oro ka counties moko 23 owinjore ket maino e konyogi. Moko kuom counties go gin kaka Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, Marsabit, Tana River, Turkana, Kwale, Samburu, Kilifi, kod Meru.
Overall, 3.3 million people across our country are affected. And we also need food to reach our schools, to make sure that our learners are not disrupted by the ongoing drought situation. We will not spare any resources to make sure that we don't lose human life, and we also mitigate the effects of this drought on livestock and the entire ecosystem that would be affected, including our wildlife.
Wanono ni koth ok bi chwe dwe mar 3 higani, kwan oganda maromo milion 3.6 wachore ni midhiero mag koth chop dwe mar 6. Gino machielo ma jotend migepe go puodho oting'o ne hiko omenda 2026 2027. Omenda maromo trilion 3.46 oket tenge kaka mano mibiro tigodo kinde ka kinde. Silings bilion 749.5 biro konyo chwalo chenro mag dongruok. Silings bilion 495.7 ibiro chwal ne counties, ka silings bilion 2 biro tiyo kaka mano makonyo e kinde midhiero. Thor wach mar budget mar hiko omenda ma higa 2026 2027 en chwalo yuto mamalo kokadhe lai mar bottom up economic agenda, ka sectors migeto ahinya oting'o somo, thieth, teko, weche mag pur kod arita e kind mamoko. Ifinya Kidi, Ramogi TV, Nairobi.
Riwruok mar Governors dwaro ni mondo omednegi pok mar omenda e bajet ma iko omenda 2026-2027 nyaka bilion 535 kowuok e bilion 415 mondo mi okonygi tayo chenro makare. E romo kod kamati mar od bura mar pok omenda motelie kod jaod bura Samuel Atandi e boma ma Kilifi, giwacho ni gombo margi machwalo dongruok ithiro kaluwore kod omenda matin ma giyudo. Atandi osingo machwalo ywak margi mondo mi oyud dwoko makare kendo neno ni kaunti oyudo sir makare koa kuom piny owacho mamalo.
DORA for 26-27 financial year of 534 billion Kenya shillings, which has 5 main components, starting with a baseline of 415, that was the last financial year's allocation. We have adjustment for revenue growth of 35 billion. We also have an amount specific to facilitate transition of VHC staff from the national government to counties of 8.94 billion. We also have an amount specific to functions that were gazetted and devolved, amounting to 65.97 billion. And then number 4, we have the third and fourth cycle of the salaries relating to state officers and public officers, where national government is already implementing the salary review. We are in arrears. That's around 10 billion.
Governors are pushing for more resources to go to counties, and as elected leader, I am in agreement with their push. But we must also be, aware that there may be some challenges. Some of the challenges that we are likely to face is the fact that the resources we are collecting from KRA in terms of revenue may not be substantial enough to be able to, give them the resources they want in terms of shareable allocations.
Duol mochune nono nonro mag thieth e pacho ka Kemri oyango chenro mar chako loso chanjo ne nyithindo minyuolo kapok ndalogi oromo, kaachiel kod minyuolo gi kilo matin mathothne tuo ma ikelo kod kudni mar athung'a kit pneumonia ma jolony yango kaka Klebsiella pneumoniae manego atamalo 20 mag nyithindo mayude kaluwore kod nonro. E romo mar juma achiel e Kemri Obago e boma ma Nairobi, gikoni e nonro magitimo, kudni ni mako nyithindo 30 kata 40 ma irwako e ute thieth konyuol kapok ndalogi oromo kata gi kilo matin, gino makaka olandorego pod ok oyangi. Chanjo ni ibiro mi mine mayach, chenro migeno ni dhi konyo keto nyithindo bedo kod rageng' mag del motegno.
Numbers of Klebsiella pneumonia infection. As I mentioned, the highest burden is neonates. We see about 30 to 40 infections of neonates within the hospital in every year. And what we see is that mortality is quite high. We have mortality of over 20% within this group. We've also had some cross-sectional surveys that we've done in Bagathi Hospital as well as in Kiambu. And again, we are seeing very large outbreaks. In one instance in Kiambu, there was a very large outbreak that lasted for about a month, targeting about 29 babies. And again, the mortality was quite high also in that hospital.
There's a call out to all county governments and the national government as well. Our hospitals can no longer continue to be overcrowded, poorly ventilated, and have patients sharing beds. There is no excuse for it. Government has enough money to make sure that patients in hospitals are sleeping in their own bed and the hospitals are clean. So if this is not happening, it is a misapplication of funds in whichever place it is happening. And this needs to be arrested.
Kwan ma jo Kenya matiyo gi geche sitima oyangi ni medore kendo medo yuto ne kambi mar keyo teko stima mar Kenya Power. Kaka yor jiwo tiyo gi geche mag stima e pachoka, migawo mar teko oyango medo tesende mag chajo gechego e boma ma Nairobi kendo chwalo gi nyaka e bombe mamoko ka Eldoret gi Mombasa. Nyaka sani geche 35 mag sitima tiyo e pachoka, kigeno ni kwan ni biro medore e sama imedo kuonde chajo gechego e bombe mamoko mathurka.
We do know that there are a number of players who play in terms of supporting the borders, supporting the taxis, and supporting the rollout of the infrastructure. As Kenya Power, we are there to provide and to support all our customers, and we play the role in a dual way. Number one, where the developers out there would like us to provide infrastructure in certain places, we are always very quick in providing them that support. But also there is this other aspect that customers may come to us and tell us that we have no provider who is providing a charging station, say in this particular point, and we'll really love if you can do it. That is one area we can always engage and provide that infrastructure. What we are only trying to avoid is to appear like a competitor for those who are playing within that particular space. We want to play in the role of facilitating them with the infrastructure and providing all the necessary support. But where that support is lacking, we are then willing to step in to provide that infrastructure so that the adoption of electric mobility rises as high as it can be.
Tuke mag piem mag riembo ndiga mong'ere kaka Loop Safari Glavel ochakore kende alwora ma Limuru. Jogo mabiro piem osechako timo rako e alworano motelo ne piem adimba madhi timore dwe mar adek. Bende maromo joriemb ndigni 700 dhi yuore tukego, ka jaloch dhi yudo omenda maromo Sh125 omenda aching'. Tielo machielo mar piem makamano biro dhi Ovipingo yo Naivasha, ka chenrono bende nitie mar bago piem mar dwe ka dwe kaka yo mar neno ni kwan mamalo ma joriemb ndigni opiem.
also seeing how things go, because I have several races to catch up with, so I can close up the season. I have close to 3 to 4 races, and so we're looking forward to it. So this has been a good test of my body, my bike as well, to see how the progress is going with the preparation towards those races. Yeah.
I'm so happy to win today's stage, because last year I won, so today I came prepared to defend the win. So I'm very happy for today's performance. The first one I did, it was status city, I was the third. The second one I wasn't around, we were in Ethiopia for a race. The third one for Naivasha, I was the fifth. So I had to prepare for this one, because last year I was the winner, so I had to put more effort so that I win today.
Erokamano nyakora mogi kuom thuolo mari. Mago ema ne waipono weche manyien mag ka gi kacha. Wachak watudre kendo saa 1 saa mar Ramogi TV bro kelo ni weche mag ang'ich welo. Nyinga Milton Ochieng', oriti masani.